So the next button in the app is configuration. You're going to touch that configuration and you're going to have a lot of information here. You have a few things. You can enable or disable LEDs on it, and if we were going to update that, those LEDs would go away, as you can see right there. Now I'm going to turn those back on because I really like the light show. There you go. It also shows you the heartbeat time. That means how often the controller and the remote interface talk and send a little heartbeat that says, are you there, are you live? And it sends it back and says, I'm here. So right now it's set at default at 1 hour. Now what happens if I need that to stay awake and talk more often? You can bump that down here to 1 minute. And it just depends on what your application is, what type of heartbeat setting you would want. You can even turn it off, though it's not necessarily recommended, but you can turn that off. So I'm going to put it back at 1 hour, and whenever you make changes, you want to push the update button so that it sets that into the unit. And then the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is the controller relay failsafes. That means that if there's a time that there's a break in the communication, what do you want those relays on this module to do? So I'm going to enable those so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to push enable, and this module has relay 3 and relay 4. All right, and then so what you're going to do is this one is set for relay 3 to go to normally closed. This one's set for relay 4 to go to normally open. I can change that. I just push that, it jumps over to normally open, back to normally closed. So for example, this is actually used in our application with forklifts. So it just depends on what you want to do. If you want it to happen immediately, you could choose a one-time heartbeat. If you want it to try multiple times before it goes to that fail-safe, you can do that as well. And that is basically what you can do under the configuration tab.